Welcome to Find It in Fergus Falls. I'm Lisa Workman with the Fergus Falls Area Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Mary Phillipe, Executive Director for United Way.
Well, we've got a lot of changes that are happening throughout our community, Mary, and I think one of the biggest ones is that we're adding staff at the Chamber of Commerce. Yeah, we're hiring and looking for a communications coordinator. So someone to help share our message and tell our members stories and do a little social media marketing, a lot of customer service. So if you know somebody who's really good at writing, has a little flair for marketing, likes to be engaged with the business community, really passionate about small business success, send them our way to the chamber.
That sounds like a fun job.
It's going to be a fun job. Oh, and we have fun at work too. We get to do fun things like do TV shows, and we plan some fun events, and sometimes we just crank up the music loud in the office and bebop around a little bit. So we're going to accept applications through Monday, April 19th. So if you know of somebody, or if you want to learn more, check out our website at fergusfalls.com and click on the job postings link. In fact, I think there's probably 40 to 50 current job openings that are posted on our website already, which is crazy. Lots of job opportunities out there, and lots of ways for people to make maybe some part-time or extra money or start a new career. And well, speaking of money, that's what United Way does. Raises a lot of money and then gives it away.
You know, it seems like we were just talking about that. We wrapped up our campaign. We hit goal before the end of the year. And, you know, in our really interesting and times when we really didn't know how we were going to raise funds, we hit goal. And so we're so thankful to everyone who gave so generously to last year's campaign. But as you know, we do it every single year. And so we're already preparing. And this year's tagline that we're using for the theme of the United Way is that you are at the heart of improving lives. And we really can't do it without advocates for United Way, our volunteers, and especially our donors who give so generously.
And they do. And this year too, you know, in addition to the campaign, the big Friends of Friends virtual event this year for food programs. Tell us a little bit about that, how that wrapped up.
Oh gosh, you know, when we started thinking about Friends of Friends, you know, we start preparing quite in advance for that event every year. And we've raised anywhere from $22,000 to over $100,000 for that event. And so going into having an event that's not a live event out at Thumper Pond where we bring people together and celebrate and have a fun live and silent auction, we just didn't know where we would land this year. And I'm so pleased to say we were able to distribute over $70,000 from that virtual event. And those funds went out to, we support food security or food insecurity programs through that event every year in our local communities in Otter and Wadena counties. And so those funds went out to local food shelves and Children's Weekend feeding backpack programs all through our communities.
Fantastic. $70,000. That can buy a lot of food.
It can.
Which is fantastic. And of course, in addition to the money that's raised, take some volunteers to make these programs happen too. The feeding backpack program where the kids take home food for the weekend doesn't happen. Well, it's kind of like by magic helps, but I would bet there are some opportunities for folks if they're looking for a little volunteer opportunity. That can happen.
Yes, you know, that is a pretty easy program to fill volunteers for. We have volunteers that pick up the food from the food shelf when North Country Food Bank brings their truckload of food in, and we have some great volunteers that have been doing that for the last couple of years, and they do it every month, and we're so happy to have them do that volunteer project for us. And then we have volunteers who package the food up, and we have just here in Fergus Falls, we have around 145 to 160. It fluctuates a little bit every month. That pack those bags 4 times a month. And when we have holidays where the kids are going to be home a little bit longer, we add a little extra food. And Mary Madison just did a great event for us over at Service Food to
filling up those carts. Yeah, they filled a pile of carts.
We got a lot of food from that event, so thank you to everyone who donated to that. And then we have volunteers who bring that food out to our school districts. So every one of our schools here in Fergus Falls utilize that program. And so that's all volunteers.
Right.
And, you know, we are able to get out and do that sometimes too, but it really impacts our ability to do our other work when we're out and about in the community doing that work. So thank you to those volunteers we have local businesses, we have retired people, we have church members, and all sorts of folks that help with that program, and we're blessed. Thank you.
Yeah, fantastic program. So, well, speaking of fantastic programs, Tom Rufer is going to join us on the show today. Tom is going to be wearing his Lake Region Healthcare hat. He's also one of our city council members. But we're going to talk about the Community Health Challenge that's coming up. So stay tuned. We will be back after a little bit of a break.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. Fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.
Welcome back to Find It in Fergus Falls. I'm joined with our special guest today, Tom Rufer with Lake Region Healthcare, member of the Fergus Falls City Council. So thank you for that. Thank you for your commitment to our community overall. I mean, it's your personal life, it's your professional life, it's your civic engagement. So kudos to you, Tom.
Well,
tell about Tom today.
That would be nice. Tell my kids that.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love Fergus Falls. I was born and raised here, and I'm just trying to do what I can to make it. My campaign speech is a great place to live, work, and raise a family. So
absolutely.
I believe that we are definitely on the right track to do that.
Definitely. Well, and Lake Region Healthcare makes it such a great destination too to live, to work, to stay healthy, to keep your family healthy. And COVID has not stopped the Community Health Challenge. That's been going on for, gosh, it feels like close to a decade now. I have no idea. I didn't do the research, and I didn't ask Tom either. But the Community Health Challenge is going on right now, and tell folks a little bit more about the Community Health Challenge.
For sure. Yeah, before I forget, it's lrhc.org/health challenge.
Okay.
That's where you can go to sign up.
That's where you can go to sign up and find more information, because I guarantee we're going to skip a few details.
Yep. and yeah, it's running now. It runs for it's an 8-week challenge, and we're almost done with the first week. You get points for physical activity. Which, of course, I recommend bicycling. That's by far the best physical activity. But the cool thing about this year is that we're using a new system that it links to your wearable.
Oh.
So if you have a fitness...
So you don't have to remember to log in.
Yeah, which has always been my problem.
Yeah, and me too.
So if you have a fitness tracker of some kind, it works with most of them, I believe. And you link it, and then so every time you start a workout on your watch, the app will sync with that. So that's a nice feature. And you get points for physical activity, but you also get points for doing good deeds.
Oh.
Doing things that take care of you as well as the community. So, like a random act of kindness gets you a certain number of points and that kind of thing. So it's not just about physical wellness, but it's all around
mental wellness too.
Yep.
But because when we're doing good deeds, that energy flows through not just for the person that you're helping out, but for yourself and those around you.
Yep, absolutely. So it's if you're not real physically active, you still have a chance to earn points by doing these good deeds. So
sure.
And it's easy to track and just a great way to get involved. You know, at Lake Region Healthcare, our mission is to, of course, not only help people when they come to us for services, but to also be proactive in our wellness efforts, to keep everyone as healthy as possible so that you don't have to come and see us.
Right.
You know,
keep everyone healthy, work yourself out of a job, right?
Absolutely. Yep, for sure.
So, this is an 8-week challenge.
Yep.
And tell me what happens at the end of the 8 weeks. I mean, obviously people are going to feel better because they're moving a little bit more and they've been doing good deeds for others and, making a positive impact on their community members. And then what happens?
Well, every week we'll be drawing for prizes.
Ooh.
And
did you say prizes?
I said prizes.
Prizes.
Yeah. But wait, there's more.
Oh, there's more.
So every week, not only do we give away a prize to a participant or a few participants, but each participant will get 2 prizes, one for themselves and one to give away.
Ooh, how fun is that?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So really encourage your friends to sign up for it too, because they might win a prize and give it to you.
And then they would feel obligated to...
guilt them into it.
Absolutely, 100%. But the really cool thing is at the end of the challenge, where in the past we've given away a travel voucher, this year, that doesn't, not necessarily the right year for that.
Yeah.
But so we said, well, heck, we'll cut out the middleman, we'll give away $1,000 cash.
Woo!
But the winner will also get $1,000 cash to give away to someone outside their household.
And that's awesome.
So you get
so
$2,000
$2,000 prize that you give away. You keep some for yourself.
So I mean, I'm sure you know somebody who could use $1,000 or an organization or a charity. So it's a great deal. Everyone's really excited about it.
And I think that's the cool thing about the community too, is that this $1,000 you could certainly donate it to a nonprofit organization, to your church, to the Lake Region Healthcare Foundation, to all kinds of different entities, whether it's a food shelf or, you name it, there's a lot of entities. Because I'm sure there are people that say, you know what, I really don't need the money. We get calls like that anytime a stimulus check comes out, people call the chamber and they ask, what are some places that I can give this money to? So this is another way that that can scroll back to the community. So speaking of money, how much does it cost to enter the challenge?
It costs nothing.
Nothing.
It's free.
Free.
And I'm glad you brought up the Lake Region Foundation, because there's another aspect to the challenge where we are raising funds for our Cancer Care and Research Center. The infusion chairs that patients may have to sit in for up to 8 hours a day. They've been there since the Cancer Center opened. They're getting a little worn, need a little love. That was our Giving Hearts Day project, which we were very successful with, but we need some more chairs.
Sure.
And so you have the option, it's not required, but you have the option to make a donation, and then also you can ask your friends and family for donations to your fundraising effort or your team's fundraising effort.
Very cool, very cool. And of course, as you mentioned, team, there's a corporate cup challenge that's going on now that folks can still sign up for, and there's details for that on the Lake Region Healthcare website. That's been an ongoing tradition amongst a lot of different businesses. So the challenge goes for 8 weeks. There'll be some prizes given away along the way. Get people out moving and taking care of each other, doing some nice things.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a big thing. I mean, you could, good deeds can be, as simple as bringing, somebody's groceries out for them, or, stopping by and just saying hi, or sending them a card, or you name it.
Well, and I'm sure a lot of us would be surprised at the difference that even greeting someone by name can make.
Yeah.
Just a little thing like that can change somebody's day. So
Absolutely.
It's a great way to help us be more focused on those types of things.
Fantastic. So that's a big deal going on. Community Challenge. Sign up at lrhc.org.
Slash or backslash, I don't know the difference.
Front slash, backslash, line,
Try 'em both.
diagonal line.
Slash health challenge.
Health challenge, fantastic.
Yep.
Well, and speaking of health challenge, springtime, the snow starts to melt. You start seeing a few people out running. Watch for them if they're out and about. But many are starting to get training for the Lake Region Run.
Yep.
When is that happening this year?
June 5th is the Lake
Fantastic.
Region Run, and we are limited in capacity, so if folks are interested, they should be signing up for that as soon as possible. There's information on that on our website as well.
Right, so registration is open for the Lake Region Run.
Yep.
Saturday, June 5th. Distances this year? Short and long.
Yeah. I'm sure, if you want to keep running when it's done.
Yeah, you can go. Nobody will stop you.
Run, Forrest, run. So, and a real quick plug for another event that I'm involved in planning this year is I believe it is the 5th annual, and now it is known as the David Grotberg Memorial Central Lake Cycle Duathlon.
Duathlon.
Yep, it's a 24/7, which is a 20-mile bike ride, then a 4-mile run, then a 7-mile bike ride. And it's in September, so you've got plenty of time to prepare for that.
Get out to Central Lake Cycle.
Yep.
Get your bike tuned up. It is,
Yep.
April is the 30 days of biking.
Yep.
And great trails and things out here. For
And speaking of, Clark does have bikes in stock, which is a rarity
Rare.
these days.
Yes.
So if you have been thinking about getting a bike, go get one, and
Time is now.
you won't regret it.
Don't hesitate.
Yep.
And if you're looking for a buddy to bike with, hook up with Tom. He'll take you on a tour.
Yep. Tom's Cycling Nerds on Facebook.
I love it. I love it. So the other thing too, Lake Region is always so engaged in the community, whether it's through a health challenge or through the Lake Region Run, and again, all in the mind of health, but it really takes a team to make this all happen. And just want to give a special shout out and kudos to the Lake Region Healthcare team. Everyone has been, as much stress as we've all been under. If you're in healthcare, just double that or triple that.
Yeah, it's if you're not in healthcare and you feel like you've experienced a lot of uncertainty in the last year, it's been very challenging for our staff.
Definitely.
But it shows you the caliber of people that we have on our team. That they've been flexible and adaptable and compassionate and you name it. I mean,
And
our
so
staff.
kind.
Oh yeah.
Every day, so kind, so helpful, so friendly, amongst all circumstances. And so, thank you. Please share that, from my heart to your entire team, that they've been so wonderful to work with and have endured so much over this crazy time period.
That's my job is to help recognize our staff, and I feel like I could never do enough for them, but so thank you very much. And I think if they wanted me to send one message to the viewers, it would be please wear your mask. It's not up to the individual that might be in front of you when you come into the hospital or clinic, but it is a requirement. It's for everyone's safety, everyone's protections. It's one of the safest places you can visit in the community.
Absolutely. I always remind folks of the 4 W's. If you're not well, stay home, wear a mask, watch your distance, and wash your hands. Simple stuff. W,
Easy.
Workman, add another W in it. No. Well, anyhow, Tom, anything else we should touch on today?
Boy, probably, but
We could be here all day, and you've got activities to be in charge of or to attend to, different things like that. So well, appreciate everything you do in and for our community, and we encourage folks to sign up for the health challenge.
Yeah, well, thank you for all that you do. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. We'll be back after a little break.
Sign up for free to become a VetTixer and start creating new happy memories that will last a lifetime. Go to vettix.org to become a member now. VetTix. Give something to those who gave.
Well, welcome back to our show to Find It in Fergus Falls, and of course Tom is so engaged in the community and has so many different things going on, and folks are looking for a way to make some new connections or to rebuild some of those, strengthen some of those professional connections. We're offering a new little event. It's not a big crowd by any means, but a small Tuesday lunch networking event that we're calling Connect for Lunch. And we use the number 4 because there won't be more than 4 people at each table.
Right.
In fact, we did our first one to celebrate Don Pablo's 17th anniversary on Tuesday, April 6th. We had about a dozen people at 4 different tables who got connected and made some fun connections in the community, met some new people, had a great lunch, and Ryan Jacobson with Thrivent won a $20 gift card for Don Pablo's that he can use at another time.
Fantastic.
So we're going to be doing this every Tuesday at 11:30. A different restaurant will be selected every week, and on Tuesday, April 13th, we will be at the Viking Cafe. So watch our Facebook, watch the Chamber's events calendar to find out where we're going to be for event for Connect for Lunch. We just ask folks to RSVP. Let us know that you're coming so that we can let the restaurant know. So Tuesdays, 11:30, Connect for Lunch. So always good to get out into the community, and I'm thinking of good deeds. Maybe if you go to the next Connect for Lunch, you buy somebody else their lunch. So
Right.
sounds like a fun plan. And well, speaking of lunch, I think of some of my favorite school time lunches. Like Mary, do you recall what your favorite grade school lunch was? For me, it was the grilled cheese, the tomato soup, and the goldfish crackers.
Absolutely, it was the turkey gravy.
Turkey
and
gravy.
mashed potatoes. Yep, for sure.
See, and everyone has a little school time.
The pizza was pretty good too.
Yeah, not at my Well, speaking of that, the school year will be wrapping up before we know it. There will be a ribbon cutting celebration at Lincoln School on May 6th. and a grand opening. And of course, as we open Lincoln School and wrap up the school year, start thinking about graduation, before you know it, the next school year will be here. And you guys do a great job of getting those elementary kiddos prepared
Yes.
for school throughout the county.
You know, in years gone past, we have always had a paper application that we mailed out to families. And the last 2 years, our application has been an online application. You can visit our website at uwotw.org starting May 15th. We will have that application posted. And it seems like, why do you start filling out that application in May? Well, we have to have it back to our office by July 14th so that we can know how many supplies we need to buy, how many backpacks we need to have, because we start filling those backpacks come August. So if you can get that application into us as soon as possible. And last year our numbers were down a little bit. Typically we've served over 800 children for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
And our numbers were closer to 700 last year. And I'm sure it had a lot to do with the uncertainty of, am I going to be home learning, and do I need supplies, things like that. But you're always going to need supplies. And if you are a family who is in need, struggling a little bit with figuring out how you're going to get school supplies for your kids, visit our website. We will provide basic school supplies. So different types of calculators, school uniforms, things like that we don't really invest in, but your pencils, your pens, your crayons, your markers, paper.
Right, the backpacks are loaded with supplies. I mean, and it amazes me every year as our Sertoma Club has helped fill the backpacks, how many pencils and erasers and notebooks and all those different things, but it's a good basic supply that the kids get. So again, we encourage folks to plan ahead and get registered mid-May.
Yeah, and you know, one other thing that I love about the school supply program is the last few years we've been able to receive some grants through West Central Initiative to also provide oral health kits.
Oh yeah.
So I would say, in the last 5 years, we've probably distributed close to 4,000 dental kits for kids in need as well. So hopefully those dentists are seeing better smiles throughout our communities. So we're grateful to West Central Initiative for that as well, and all the people who help make that program happen. It takes a lot of volunteers
It
to make that
definitely
happen.
does, yeah. A lot of people in the community dedicated to giving back and making things better for everyone around.
Yes.
Yep. Well, this has been our show for the week. Find it in Fergus Falls. I'm Lisa Workman. Mary Phillipe and I will be joining you again next time around.